Hello everyone, I'm back in Sweden, as you can see, in my own home, and it feels good to be back. I had such a great time in San Diego, seeing everyone, doing some work and meeting a lot of interesting people and doing interviews. I can't wait to share these with you. But anyway, it's always nice to be home, sleeping in your own bed, and for me, being back in my own kitchen and being with our own family. While I was gone, I was only gone for 12 days, the weather changed dramatically here in Sweden, and we really have full on fall, and then we have some fairly chilly days. So obviously the first thing I did when I came back was to start checking out the garden. So to just sum it up, so we now live in an apartment in the middle of the city, which is really nice because we're very sustainable, because we can walk and bike everywhere we're going, or take public transportation on days when it is just a little bit too rainy. So we're growing now on a big patio. It's a really big patio, and we have a balcony. Now we came a little bit late in the season this year for starting too much, but we are growing nonetheless a lot. But on top of that, we also, and the reason we picked this apartment was because in our inner yard, the courtyard that we share with all our neighbors, we grow a lot of food together with the neighbors. Well, they started it, I'm just joining. And so we have a lot of potatoes and carrots and, well, not so much tomatoes anymore, but a lot of vegetables and flowers are growing and that we can enjoy. So we've been actually harvesting some potatoes from our patio, actually. We grew potatoes there that I planted. I can't remember, but sometime during the summer I planted them. And I'm planning to put in some more potatoes because even if the ground freezes, the potatoes will still growing until spring. And I'm also planting garlic. And garlic will not come up until spring. So, but I'm gonna keep on growing on the patio as long as I can. From the courtyard, actually, I've been harvesting some haricots, which I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna actually take the potatoes and the green beans, and I'm actually gonna make a curry today for the family. So I will show you guys when I'm doing that one. Because it is colder, I like to eat a little bit warmer food, which for me, warmer food is not just necessary that it's warm, but also I like to add a little bit more spices to it. And it can be as simple as for breakfast, I really enjoy eating oatmeal, or our whole family does. But I actually make stewed fruit like apples, and I add some cardamom and cinnamon. Those are kind of spices that will warm me up. And also for the curry, it is a little bit salty, it's a little bit sweet, a little bit spicy. It is just a perfect cold weather and nurturing food. So I'm gonna make the curry with lentils, coconut milk, and some vegetables that are harvested. The major thing that's happening on our patio is that the tomatoes got to move in. It was getting closer to 0 Celsius. So the tomatoes were just not doing fine. They started to look a little sad and did not like the cold weather. So we moved them in and put them actually in the window. And the fun thing is that now the tomatoes are ripening on, and even I saw a couple of flowers on the tomatoes. So I think that they're gonna do really good there in the window, and they're gonna stay. Now, Bella has been complaining because why do we have to have tomatoes growing inside, and they're big, so they're covering the window, and she can look out, she feels, but this is what it is. I did plant a couple of weeks ago, actually, some more lettuce because we had eaten up all our lettuce, and I have a little mini greenhouse. So I think I'm gonna be able to grow lettuce there for a while, and I just saw that they're coming up, so I'm really, really excited about that. Kale and Swiss chard seems to still be doing well, and herbs too. I'm thinking the herbs, when it's starting to get a little bit more colder, I might bring them in and put them in the window too, so we can grow the herbs indoors for the fall and winter and enjoy fresh herbs, and will make a difference. And this week we're actually starting to grow indoors. We're growing microgreens again and in the system, and I will show that in the next video because it's a lot of setup, and we haven't really got growing. We've been growing some microgreens, but in a much smaller scale, so now it's going to be in a much bigger scale because the microgreens is going to provide us with a lot of very important nutrients and yummy food for the winter. So why don't we get going on the soup? All right, so we're out here on my patio, and I am so sorry about that noise. They're doing construction work outside our house. It's going to take a little sweet time, so this is what it is. But anyway, I'm here on the patio, and it's just such a beautiful fall day. I'm about to go out in the courtyard to harvest some haricots that's growing here, and I'm going to get some potatoes. But I wanted to show my little mini greenhouse. Like, I'm going to turn this around. So this is my little mini greenhouse. I bought this used, and it's just so smart, and it's not very big, but this is what I have right now, and it works really great. And you can see I have lettuce growing in there under the mulch. And it's so easy because, well, first of all, when it's hot, I can always open up and air out, but I can also very easily take it off. And here are the little lettuce coming up. It's going slow, but it's definitely happening. And considering how cold it's been, this greenhouse is definitely working pretty good. As you can see, the kale is doing really good, as well as the Swiss chard is still growing strong. And I get this, like, usually kale will grow all winter long, but the biggest threat against the kale is actually the deers that will come from the forest and get onto our patio, start eating them. So, but you know, I'm happy to feed those. Okay, so here are my potatoes growing on our patio. See if I can lift it up. You can show me like that. So I'm going to actually harvest potatoes today, and I have planted some new ones, but I'm going to plant more potatoes and some garlic. Not bad for growing on a patio in the middle of a city. Dig up more. Yes. Feel that way more here. Yay. Okay, I've been outside in the garden, and I even went out for a little walk around to check on and pick some apples. There are a couple of apple trees here that you can go pick from, so I went to get a couple of apples actually for breakfast for tomorrow and for snack this afternoon. And I even found, when I went in the garden, I actually found a little zucchini that was hiding, so I'm gonna use that. So I'm gonna start cooking and making the curry soup, and because I like it to let the flavor bloom, so I like to make it a little earlier and prepare. And also Mondays, well actually Tuesdays are crazy days. We have a lot of kids with activities, so having this, like, everything ready, it just makes it a little, like, less stressful around dinner time. So I just wanted to say that about what I like about anything with lentils, like soup, curries, or stews, is that you can add a lot of vegetables to it. You see me cooking a lot of those kind of things, and it is because I can really load up with a lot of vegetables from the garden. And for example, with curry, or like again, stew or soup, you can add any vegetables you have, like root celery, spinach, kale, tomatoes. It doesn't have to be just one kind of vegetable. Like, you can load them up and make it this very hearty, healthy, nutritional, and warming at the same time, and budget friendly, most important. Because whenever you eat as local as possible, anything that's grown in your area, and again, I mean, I understand, when we lived in San Diego, we we have much more accessible, much more fruit and vegetables accessible to us year round. Here in Sweden, it's much more root vegetables, and at this point, whatever is growing in the garden, in the fall garden. Okay, well, let's get cooking on the soup. So for this curry, I'm gonna have potatoes. That was the one I harvested today. Onion, garlic, little zucchini that was hiding in the garden. A little bit of sugar, not much, but just to add a little bit of sweetness and balance it out. I have vegetable broth, homemade. I have red lentils that I'm gonna rinse. I have coconut milk, red curry paste. I bought this time. I usually make my own, but it was on sale and it made it a lot easier. And then some regular liquid aminos. And last but not least, we have haricots. You can use green beans or anything. And I will put this recipe in the description box. Let's get cooking. Bella likes hers with extra brags and chili flakes. He even threw a couple on the floor, on the table. But yeah, it's good stuff. Is it too spicy?
No.
Chili sauce.
Yeah, I would like it a little bit more spicy, but
That's why you add chili flakes.
exactly. That's why you put it on the table. This is just seriously good stuff.
And if you're not taking like that much, like
This is from the girl who used to sit and wave that it was too spicy. Remember that?